Developing this morning, the parents of the Michigan school shooting suspect were captured overnight after a day-long manhunt for the two fugitives.
Judy's live in the newsroom for us. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Police consider James and Jennifer Crumbley fugitives after they didn't show up for their arraignment Friday afternoon. The parents of the Oxford High School shooting suspect are expected to appear in court later today. Police say a tip led them to a Detroit warehouse where the Crumbleys were hiding. A citizen saw James and Jennifer Crumbley's car outside the warehouse overnight and called 911. Officers found the couple unarmed on the building's first floor. The Crumbleys face 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in connection with Tuesday's Oxford shooting in north suburban Detroit. Their 15-year-old son, Ethan Crumbley, is charged with killing 4 classmates and wounding 7 others.
Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland. All I need is a few minutes. Let's talk about the Crumbley parents. James and Jennifer Crumbley have been captured. So it probably happened overnight because last night I was on Twitter and I didn't see any news of them being captured yet. But when I wake up this morning, they have been captured. So what happened was, extremely sad. The children that lost their lives, it is very, very heartbreaking. And then now these parents are being charged, are going to go to jail along with their son that committed this crime. And this is what happens when you do not do as you're supposed to do as a parent. You do not raise your children, you do not discipline your children, you do not set examples for your children. This is what happens. Where have we reached in society where parents are being arrested and are going to go to jail along with their children? Something is wrong with that. Something is wrong when parents are burying children. Something is wrong with that. You're not supposed to bury your children. You're not supposed to be going to jail with your child. Something is wrong with that. But this is what happens when we do not follow God's plan, when we do not follow God's way. Because it says, do not withhold discipline in Proverbs 13 and 14. Do not withhold discipline from a child. And it talks about, punishment, different punishments, a specific punishment. But this discipline and punishment will save that child from death. It will save that child from death. And then every child is different. There's a child that you have, like my sister, she has a daughter. I think if that girl got disciplined, she's like 15 now, she probably have gotten disciplined like 5 times. Because when discipline is like something taken away from her, she's just calm, cool, and collective. There's children like that. You don't have to if you do have to take, it's not going to be extreme. But there's a child that you have, they come to test everything inside of you. They come to give you a run for your money. So you have to deal with them in different. You have to deal with that child how you would deal with a child where you don't have to keep on talking with them. You can't deal with this one who come to try you that way. So you have to find ways in how to discipline your child, but you cannot leave a child to their own way. Say Proverbs 29 verse 17 says, correct your son, and not only son, your daughter too, and he will give you rest. Yes, he will give delight to your soul. So how much parents, and then they already raise their children, and then now they're grandparents and thinking they're gonna get rest. No rest for you, because why? You had failed to raise your child. So now your child have children, and then they abandoned them, and now you have to raise them. Or they wasn't living a particular way, and now they're gone. Now you have to raise. It's ridiculous. This is not supposed to be happening in society. But when we leave children to their own way, this is what happens. Oh, I know now you're saying in your, I don't discipline my children. But you don't see how your kids is. How well is that working out for you? how well is that working out for you? Oh, I don't let that. When you leave children, because children needs that, they need direction. They need to be raised. They cannot be left to be just grow up and then figure stuff out, that as people are doing now. Because now it's a lot of homes that do not have two-parent homes, because even when you go in the Bible, it says father and mother. It says father and mother, because that's God's design. But the fact that we came out of God's design and we went our own way, so now we are dealing with the repercussions. We are dealing with the consequences. We are seeing stuff like this. And mind you, you better mark your books, mark your calendars, mark your notebook. I don't know, mark your journal. This is just the beginning. Because a lot of parents that are leaving children to their own way, not raising their children, this is just the beginning. A lot of these parents are going to go to jail. And that's whether it's me, that's whether it's you. You fail to raise your children. You fail to be the parent that you're supposed to be. Yes, okay, you made a mistake. The dad is not in there, but you still can raise your child. You still can raise your child. Yes, I know you work in 2-3 jobs, but that does not, you cannot stop from raising your children. You have to take that time and find out what you do today. Did you do your homework? What is going on? Most of the time, why the discipline doesn't work, because sometimes when you're supposed to discipline the child, you don't discipline the child. Or you wait until you're mad and you're frustrated, then you want to discipline the child. Or you do discipline the child, but every time you discipline a child, that's not even your child. It's like that's a stranger that you don't know. You take that. I've seen parents, take their children and then giving them blows like they don't even, that child didn't even come from their body. You're wrong. And you know you're wrong. So you're thinking you're not disciplining your child when you're doing stuff like that. And then you will see the results, because there's a child, they small, they can't do nothing, they take it. But one day you won't be able to do that. You need to find a normal way, a safe way. I'm trying to find a word, the correct way to discipline your child. Each child is different, but you cannot leave children to their own way, because Proverbs 29:15 also says, but a child left to himself brings shame to his mother. And then this is another thing I've seen, especially with mothers and sons. Yeah, they aren't hard on the daughters, but they let the sons do whatever they want. You let the child to their own self, they will bring shame to you. So what happened to the Crumbleys? This should be a wake-up call to a lot of people that you've seen your child doing certain stuff. You're not saying nothing to them. Oh, I don't care. You mad with the dad. You mad with the mom. Whatever it is. Or you tired. You clocked out. You better clock back in, and you better raise your children, because a lot of parents. This is just the beginning. A lot of parents, they're gonna start arresting parents because of the way these children are acting. Because there's no such thing as bad kids. There's no such thing as bad kids. There's bad parents. There's bad parents. There's no such thing as bad kids. Because I remember I was watching a documentary on YouTube, and this little girl, her mom left this earth, died, and then she was being raised by her biological dad, and the biological dad was doing a lot of things to her, and then they had to remove her, and she was adopted by these Christian parents, this Christian couple. They didn't even tell them what the girl went through. And then it was her and her brother. And she started abusing, doing a lot of stuff to the brother. And so they sent her to this Christian, I think it's Christian program. And to see how this lady, and see how this young girl, now she's a lady, she's a nurse, how she changed. Even though had she not went into that family and then they seek the help for her, she would have been a product of what her biological father did to her. So it's no bad kids. It's just bad parents. But y'all better wake up, because very soon a lot of people gonna get arrested because of the behaviors of their children, and because they let their children to their own way. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.